Look at the left eye. What we see is a microsaccade occurring the exact millisecond. The telemetry glitch indicates a drop in the car's mechanical output. The processor is active. He isn't just driving. It's almost as if his body functions as a biological sensor suite, translating high-velocity kinetic feedback into pure geometric data. Total algorithmic control. Most only see a temper. In reality, we are watching an overclocked executive function reacting to a system failure that the vehicle hasn't even registered yet. It's cold calculation. Glory is not the goal. This is a survival mechanism forged under the thermal radiation of the Nevada desert, designed to prevent his total disappearance. Built in the fortress, second place is a void. For a mind wired for absolute dominance, losing isn't a setback. It's a psychological extinction event that threatens his entire architecture. He refuses to disappear. Observe the Rowdy mask. We must deconstruct this neurological response, which serves as a weaponized shield for a deep-seated biofeedback loop of insecurity. A surgical disguise. Shadows create a biological need. Growing up behind a brother forced him to either shine brighter than the sun or burn the entire architectural foundation down. The glitch began here. These weren't just races. Look at how he used surgical violence on the asphalt to escape the gravitational pull of becoming another cold statistic. Breaking the anonymity. Look at his hands. His kinetic grip strength suggests a neural bypass of standard human fatigue, allowing him to maintain pathological control over the machine. A biological machine. He calculates geometric probabilities. At 300 feet per second, his brain treats tire degradation as a simple mathematical decay constant in his internal software. No room for error. There is no flight response. His autonomic nervous system simply triggers a systematic recalculation of the environment to exploit every glitch in the competition's defense. Pure predatory logic. The cockpit is hardware. It's almost as if the car is an external hard drive plugged directly into his central nervous system for maximum data transfer. A synaptic connection. Latency is the enemy. A tiny 10-millisecond delay in the car's mechanical response registers as actual physical pain within his prefrontal cortex. The system demands speed. February 2015. Daytona. The impact was more than just metal on concrete. It was a total system crash that forced his architecture into shutdown. The screen went black. Fractures were the least. What we see is psychological fragmentation, a moment where the high-frequency processor finally went offline for the first time ever. A catastrophic failure. Welcome to the dark room. This period of forced stasis acted as a hard reset where the old operating system was completely erased from his mind. Reformatting the code. Silence became a tool. In the recovery bed, his obsessive nature turned inward as he began to rebuild his neurological code from the ground up. Optimizing the core. This wasn't a comeback. We are witnessing a hardware upgrade necessitated by a near-fatal structural failure in his previous biological configuration. Version 2.0. The championship was math. It wasn't about luck. It was a calculated validation of a new and much more resilient algorithm running in his head. The proof is there. Post-reconstruction Busch is different. Look at his higher tolerance for high-stress variables, an adaptation born directly from the trauma of his previous system failure. A refined predator. He dictates molecular limits. Instead of fighting the machine, he now guides it with pathological precision through every geometric curve on the track surface. Absolute authority. The villain is fake. It's almost as if the villain label is just a social construct he uses to isolate his focus from irrelevant data. Noise is filtered. Dopamine spikes are missing. For Busch, winning isn't a joy. It's merely the absence of a system error within his cold, internal biofeedback loop. Function is complete. His vision is high frequency. His peripheral vision scans for gaps that exist only in a three-dimensional probability map that most drivers cannot even perceive. Real-time rendering. 200 wins total. These aren't trophies, but 200 instances where the biological machine outperformed the mechanical limitations of the hardware provided. Data points accumulated. Analyze the 2019 season. What we see is a shift toward strategic endurance, a calculated evolution of his neurological pacing under extreme pressure. Long-form dominance. Intuition doesn't exist here. He drives on high-density spatial mapping and a real-time analysis of the friction coefficient on every single square inch. Mathematics in motion. His vestibular system reacts. When the car slides, his brain corrects the angle before the steering column can even transmit the torque vibration. Sub-millisecond response. Childress was a recalibration. The move was a calculated search for a more compatible interface to support his algorithmic approach to the sport's new era. A new server. Is it really ego? Science suggests this is a high-confidence interval based on thousands of hours of error-free simulation inside his own head. Proven results. Teammates struggle to keep up. His frustration is a byproduct of his literal inability to comprehend the lower processing speeds of the humans around him. A communication gap. He is truly isolated. It's like watching a supercomputer being forced to work in a room full of wooden abacuses that can't compute. Digital versus analog. There is no off. Even in repose, his eyes track moving objects with a predatory, geometric precision that suggests his processor never stops. Always online. Trauma has been weaponized. The boy who feared being nothing has built a fortress of a man who is now everything to the sport. The ultimate adaptation. Every lap is surgery. Look at how he makes a surgical incision into the very fabric of the competition's psychological confidence. Cutting them down. Respect is irrelevant data. He doesn't want your praise. He wants to extract your breaking point and add it to his internal database. Cold efficiency. This is the peak. We aren't seeing a driver age, but a biological marvel maintaining a plateau of pure computational efficiency. A constant state. Strip away the suit. What remains is a high-speed processor running a win-at-all-costs script that refuses to disappear from the leaderboard. The core remains. The glitch is the key. It isn't a flaw, but the exact moment he sees a geometric path that the rest of the grid cannot see. He is ahead. This is Kyle Busch, a surgical, obsessive, and biological anomaly operating within a fortress of data, while the rest of the world watches. The last predator.